YouTube? Gonna finish up this video. It's been a couple days, a handful of parts, so you'll see those coming up. Basically, the new Z1 Aluminum Undershroud, that's got the access panel so you can change your oil a little easier. Got an AEM Dryflow filter just for my OEM intake. Master cylinder brace from Z1. Also got the Z1, I got the Y pipe and the single exit exhaust. I was going for the Gretty. It was on back order or something for, I don't know, a month or two. Everywhere online, it was back ordered. So they gave me a deal. The Y pipe from Z1's like $250. The exhaust is like $550. So they gave me a couple $100 off to match the Gretty since it came with the Y pipe as a package, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. Yeah, so basically last night I spent probably 5 hours installing the exhaust. Taking off the OEM exhaust, even though this has only got 34,000 miles on it. 2 of the bolts stripped. And I was really careful because of my old Z. It happened as well, but it's inevitable. So what I ended up doing was dropping the W brace underneath, and I couldn't bolt one of the bolts to the muffler from the mid pipe, and then Y pipe to the mid pipe. So it was like kind of odd. So basically I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna drop this W brace. I'm gonna grind one of the bolts off, and then since I was able to get the front of the Y pipe to the cats unbolted, I just dropped like the whole thing and just slid it out. So that took most of the time. Once that was out though, installing this new Z1 exhaust went without a hitch. Had to figure out the metal band, which way it went to hold the back piece on, but other than that, pretty good. And it sounds good too, so over the next, I don't know, couple days, I'll try to get, when I get somebody to get some good flybys, get some exhaust clips. But when I had to turn around the driveway last night, I mean, it's pretty decent. I took the silencer out. I don't think I'll ever use that. I didn't use it in my last Gretty exhaust. I do have coilovers. Not sure when I'm gonna get those installed because I'm getting new wheels. These are the wheels that came on it when I bought it. They're XXR 553s. I mean, they're okay. They're nothing fancy. They're just different wheels to me. I think they're 17 by like 8.25. I'm not even sure on the offset. But yeah, like I said in another video, I think they're gonna go on the G. So yeah, I'm on the last phase of deciding on what wheels I want to get, and then tires. I'll probably go again with the BF Goodrich Comp 2s because they were really sticky on my last car. So show you some video of the exhaust. You can adjust where the muffler sits, so that's pretty cool. You can pull out from there and just make it sit where you want on the bumper, stick out a little more, go in a little more. And then right there, so the Y pipe comes in 3 pieces, and it's got those bands that you tighten them down there. It's got the Z1 welded piece there. It's got a bung there for like a wide band if you decide to do that in the future. It came with all new stainless steel hardware, which is also good. So it actually came with enough if you get high flow cats or test pipes from them as well, because I've got a bunch of leftover hardware and gaskets. I don't know if they just sent extra or what, but I accounted for everything else when I installed it. So I just took out my air filter, had the OEM one in there, had a bunch of leaves and other stuff in there, cleaned it all out. It was an OEM one. So I bought an AEM Dryflow. It's just a drop in, so it's it fits pretty snug. I think it was like 30 bucks. You can wash it. You don't need to re-oil it. So it should last for a pretty long time. Next I've got the brake master cylinder brace that I got from Z1. I'm gonna go put that in right now. What you need to do is basically remove all this plastic here. The brace is gonna go through here. I think it's gonna mount to one of the strut tower bolts there, so we'll get into that. Alright, so all the plastic is removed. It's just basically some pop clips and then the plastic comes out. So this is what it's going to be being braced. Basically when you brake, this whole thing moves forward. So what that brace does goes in between there and the like the false firewall here. So it attaches to that bolt, and there's an adjustment bolt over here. So we'll get into that. Alright, so there's the brace installed. It comes with two of these bolts here for bracing it against the master cylinder. You just gotta, I guess there was like 7 different applications Nissan used throughout the years of the 350, so you just need to choose which one best suits you. I put the shorter one in initially on my 03, and you're supposed to have at least 12 millimeters on the inside of here left, and I felt that it was too short, so I put the longer bolt in and it fit just fine. Braced up good. So there it is, attached to the shock tower, false firewall, and then the clutch right there. So I'll have to test it out and see if I feel any difference in the braking. It wasn't really mushy or anything to begin with. This is supposed to really just tighten it up, so hopefully it works out good. Alright, now we're going to go from the OEM plastic undershroud. That was kind of sagging a little bit. And basically it's going to go on the G because it didn't have one at all. That's my girlfriend's car, so that'll help, you know, protect underneath there. Then I've got the new Z1 Aluminum Undershroud. It's got the service panel. So basically when you go to change your oil, instead of having to remove this whole thing, you just take this panel off, 2 bolts, and you're good to go. So we'll get to that. First we're going to do an oil change before we put everything on. I've got the front panel on, but I thought I'd do an oil change. It's pretty dark. And there it is installed. All the new hardware that it came with. Like I said, I'm putting my old one on the 2003 G, so I'm going to use all the old hardware on that one. But this is pretty solid, and the access panel, of course, for changing your oil makes it a lot easier. So there it is.